Boom shakalaka, are we on the verge of a Bitcoin bear market, or are things about to go parabolic for Bitcoin and this crazy super cycle? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at, is Bitcoin in a bear market? Could things go down from here, or could they more likely go up? Or maybe not. We're going to take a look at all that stuff. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter at the Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and crypto channel. That's right, this one. Now, today, fear and greed at 29. People have been fearful for a while, in fear for the past month. Yesterday and last week, in extreme fear. Generally, they say, be greedy when others are fearful, fearful when others are greedy. But, still could have a 50% price drop from here. But over the long term, generally good to be greedy when others are fearful. Now, if we take a look at prices, Bitcoin at 96.58, Ethereum at 3,100, XRP 209, BNB 911, Solana 136, Tron 29 cents, Doge 13 cents, and Cardano 39 cents. And Bitcoin, very interesting, because if we take a look at the weekly candles on Bitfinex, we can see that anytime Bitcoin has broken through this yellow line, this is the 50-week moving average, well, that has pretty much been price bottoming out shortly thereafter. Territory bounces off there, confirms it, and then price tanks for generally about a 50% haircut. That would put us right now about $45,000. And you have to ask yourself, is the bull market here? Bitcoin had perfect phases this cycle for the price oscillator pivot, and now it's returned below the zero line to start the 3 bear market pivots. You can see this right down here on the bottom. These are the price oscillator pivots. The first of the 3 is currently under formation. As we have this bear market play out, there are 1, 2, 3 pivots in this line. We are approaching the first one. Our data points line up with these dates in other cycles: March 2014, March 2018, and January 2022. All of these, price went down for Bitcoin. Now, it did also happen that we had these 3 bottomings out in 2010, 2011, but these were not below the zero line, so I'm not particularly sure that counts. And Key Young Ju saying, hey, this Bitcoin bear market will be cute. Right now, only about half of the potential drawdown we generally see in bear markets, halfway there. And at least in my experience, the past 2 bear markets we've been through, people generally think Bitcoin finds a bottom and then price drops 50% rather dramatically. Now, that's one possibility for what could happen, because you have people asking AI, hey, Grok, edit this image to show the correct Bitcoin scenario. Is price going down to 45,000, or is it going up to 135,000? And I think probably AI is pretty confused at this point, because here's the other possibility. If we take a look at parabolic growth, which Bitcoin has been in since its beginning, it looks like we would be finding support down here on the bottom, and then taking off to $250,000 next target. Right now, very interesting levels. So Bitcoin trading roughly around $90,000 right now. Bitcoin has never dropped below its electrical cost, which continues to increase because of all the mining and the hash rate and all of that stuff. Well, the current electrical cost for Bitcoin is $71,000. So will that be the bottom for Bitcoin? Only time will tell. We also have another bottoming signal for Bitcoin. The short-term holder supply and profit loss ratio is back at the break-even level. You can see right down here towards the bottom at the break-even ratio. And when that happens, last time we saw about 4 months of chop before a big move up. Here it was definitely less than 4 months before the move up. But once again, we're seeing bottoming chop. Markets are a process. This could be the bottoming before things take off once again, with Bitcoin going sideways instead of parabolically up. It does look now like Bitcoin is approaching the valuation model based on the internet adoption curve here in pink, rather than the wallet model curve seen in blue. Now, good news, bad news. Good news is price continues up on this curve. Bad news is, even in the next, 5, 8 years on this one, doesn't even approach $3,000 right there, not looking at the $1 million levels that we were taking a look at previously. However, same guy posting this. No, it's not. Different guy posting this. They just both have Timothy in the name. But we can see here, is it Bitcoin getting ready to rally? If we take a look at the 2025 Bitcoin price versus bear market seasonality in 2018 and 2022, you can see that this is the accumulation area we're in right now before it starts to take off. And if we also compare it to the bear market seasonality in 2022 and 2023, you can see once again, it does appear like towards the middle of January, we might start to see things taking off. So it's very difficult right now. Some things say price is going down. Some things say price is going up. Where will it go? Time will tell. Whales, however, are exiting Bitcoin long positions. This is very interesting. Large Bitcoin holders are closing leveraged longs, a move that historically has preceded bullish scenarios. You can see them closing the longs right here. Each time this has happened previously, Bitcoin price went up dramatically. If this repeats, analysts see a path towards $135,000 Bitcoin, the number we were talking about previously. And this also echoes right here, the Livermore speculative chart, where we have an ascending wedge. Eventually, when there is a breakout from there, you get from this 7 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We don't want that, but we want this 8, 9, 10, which would put Bitcoin price at roughly $300,000. So very interesting things for Bitcoin. Price could go up, could go down. But these recent fluctuations up and down a few $1,000s are not important. 2,000 up or down is noise. 98.5 is the signal. And he's talking about what we saw right here, this yellow line right here. This would be the signal breaking that moving average. That's the short-term holder cost basis and the next level Bitcoin has to deal with. If it gets rejected from there, we could be headed towards bear market territory. However, if it breaks through to the upside, finds support, then it would look like we'd be seeing the more bullish scenarios. And at least for me, probably the most bullish news for Bitcoin is this chart right here. The US is printing money, China is printing money, Europe is printing money. Nobody's printing Bitcoin. The money printers are on fire, and when the money printers go burr, Bitcoin price goes up. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, like the video, join us on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove, and of course, subscribe to this channel. Check out our shorts. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
Boom. Shakalaka.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.